Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Ilman Mufiydha Agustadia. I'm from Biologi C, and in this video I'm going to accomplish a final exam in Fiqh study. In this video I'm going to answer some questions that apply to the final exam. The first question: how to deal with different views between us in Fiqh? Since Abu Bakr's regulation, the different views about Fiqh is slowly rising because of many reasons. Muslims must know how to deal with it, since we can all have the same opinion and we always have to respect each other and protect each other no matter what. So here's how to deal with it. There's a thing called ihtilaf. It's a concept about different views that happen between scholars or mazhab imam or mujtahid in understanding a sharia which is used as a reference in determining the law. Ihtilaf is heavily allowed in Islam based on this dalil. Muslims are people who are able to protect others from their tongues and hands. Hadith Bukhari. That dalil refers to the people who are always fighting with each other even though they have different opinions about something. Things that we could do instead is to always protect each other from our bad talks and punches. So the conclusion is, to the question, it's fine to have different opinions and experience ihtilaf, but at the same time, we have to be sincere in reaching the correct and right answers, and to always have a strong desire to unite between Muslims. The second question: how is the law to the formation of Khilafah Islamiyah? Amir Rais once said that an Islamic country, I think, doesn't exist in Al-Quran, so there are no clear order to build an Islamic country. What important is that the country carry out the Islamic ethos within them is being considered as a good country. The formation of Khilafah Islamiyah is mubah, because there aren't many scholars or figures that declare the clear and direct law of it yet. Based on Quran Surah Shad verse 26, it's been said that dalil doesn't have a political meaning behind it. It's just an explanation that every human can be a leader and can teach each other about Islam even without having an authority within them. Also, if you want to build an Islamic country, think about the minority that isn't Muslim. Most countries these days only have the majority of their religion, not entirely one religion. So, it could be a burden to them if Khilafah Islamiyah is being applied. So the conclusion to the question number 2 is, the law of the formation of Khilafah Islamiyah is mubah. Question number 3. How is the law to dissecting a corpse for research? Islam's purpose in general to prevent anything from destruction, avoid mudarat, and bring benefit to the humankind. If someone commits an act that is contrary to the word of Allah above, such as destroying or disrespecting the living or the deceased, Islam forbids that action. While on the other hand, Imam Shafi'i expresses that a pregnant woman whom died while the fetus is still alive inside her may have a surgery to remove the baby. The surgery needs to dissect the corpse to pull the baby from her mother. So, in any kind of situation, if it's urgent, then it is allowed. Based on Quran Surah Al-An'am verse 119, it said that even though Allah has made it clear to you what He has forbidden you, unless you are forced to, there is a certain thing or condition that we need to look at when performing a research or surgery to a corpse. However, it is clear that Allah will allows it if it's urgent and for science, because Islam really upholds science as a way to learn something. So the conclusion to the question number 3 is, dissecting a corpse for research is allowed in Islam. Question number 4. How is the law to a sex surgery? In Islam, there are two types of responses when it comes to sex surgery. One is allowed and the other one is forbidden. The forbidden one is where a female wants to turn to a male and vice versa through a sex surgery. It is strictly prohibited, and it has been said in Quran Surah An-Nisa verse 119 and Al-Hujurat verse 13. The allowed one is where a man or a woman doing sex surgery because they had a disease correlated to their sex organs. It is heavily allowed so that their body can get a repair and can function normally as well. The dalil that explains this is from Mashfuq Zuhdi, verse 173. That said, getting benefit and stay away from harm. The meaning of this dalil is the efforts to avoid the dangers and will be caused by sexual abnormalities are the best solution, because avoiding dangers is essentially a benefit too. So, the conclusion is there are two types of responses. The forbidden one is where you want to change your sexuality. The allowed one is where you want to have a surgery to fix your sexual abnormalities. Question number 5. How is the law to human cloning? In Islam perspective, human cloning is definitely haram or forbidden. There's a certain reason why is this haram. Reason number 1 is eliminating the lineage of the clone child, which results in a loss of many children's rights and the neglect of a number of laws arising from the lineage. Number 2, the institution of marriage that has been prescribed as a legal hereditary media is no longer needed, because the reproduction process can be carried out without having sexual relations. Reason number 3, the loss of maqasid syariah for marriage, both maqasid awaliyah or primary and maqasid tabi'ah or secondary. Reason number 4, family institutions, which are built through marriage, will be destroyed, and in turn there will be the destruction of morals, culture, law, and other Islamic Sharia. And as been said in Quran Surah Ar-Rum, verse 21, He created for you wives of your own kind, so that you tend and feel at ease Him, and He created between you compassion and mercy. This dalil strengthens the statement that if cloning between humankind happens, there will be no happiness in giving a child by a marriage couple. Producing children without going through a legal husband and wife relationship, it is estimated that it is a very principal legal problem, because it is starting to damage the institution of marriage. So, the conclusion to the question number 5 is, the law to human cloning is haram. That's all for today. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.